What's up everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J here with a review and demo using some new Marc Jacobs products. So I have both the Marc Jacobs Accomplice powder as well as the Accomplice concealer. And if you guys saw one of my videos where I did a get ready with me trying new products, I actually already tried the Accomplice concealer, but I wanted to retry it again with the powder just to see if my thoughts on this product have changed and to see how this product reacts with one of Marc Jacobs products. So let's go ahead and jump into the details of both, that way you guys can see me apply them on my face. So let's start off with the concealer. Again, this is the Accomplice concealer and touch-up stick. This is a stick concealer that rolls up. This retails for $32 and there are 13 different colors of this concealer. And I have the color medium 33, which is about a full shade lighter than my complexion. The details of this concealer says that it is a long-wearing creamy concealer and touch-up stick, perfect for on the go in a range of 17 full coverage shades. And it says that this concealer covers and blends seamlessly for skin that looks totally natural. It blends under or over makeup, blurring the look of pores, fine lines, and imperfections while hiding dark circles, blemishes, and uneven skin tone. And next we have the Accomplice Instant Blurring Beauty Powder. And this powder was made to accompany the concealer. This powder retails for $49 and it says that this is a blurring touch-up powder in a chic compact with a built-in brush that sets, blurs, and reduces the look of shine, perfect for on the go. It says that you can sweep this powder on with the built-in brush to give skin a warm all over glow, and that it contains just a hint of perfecting pearl pigment to diffuse light and filter away the look of imperfections. Based on the description, you can use this powder for both setting your makeup as well as for touch-ups. A cool factor about this powder is that it does come with a built-in brush. The brush is actually magnetic on the top of the powder. You slide it out and it fits right in here, so you don't have to worry about carrying an additional brush when you want to do touch-ups. And I thought that that is just like the most genius thing that I've ever seen. Like, I think that is so cool. But this powder comes in 4 different colors and I have the color 54 Muse. And this color is described as a warming soft tan, which is best for medium to deep skin tones. These colors are supposed to be flexible, so they work for a wide range of complexions. So out of the 4 categories, they say that it should be one that pretty much everybody can fit into. So before I applied these products, I already had on my foundation, and so on top of my foundation I applied the concealer. Then on one side of my face I set my face using this powder, and then on the other side I used products that I am familiar with, that I use all the time. And so I want to wear this around for the rest of the day, that way you guys can see how these products wear and you all can compare. Is it necessary for you all to have this powder? Are using your other products going to give you the same result? You'll see. So let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration and I'll check you guys soon. Let's first go in with the concealer. I have the hiccups. So let's see. Let's apply it. Okay. So I'm going to blend this out with a brush. This is the Marc Jacobs The Conceal Brush. So this concealer is very creamy and it blends out really well. Okay, so I have all of my cream / liquid products applied, so now let's go ahead and set with the powder. So I'm going to use this powder fully on one side, and then on the other side I'm going to set like I normally do. So this does have a magnetic little brush here, so I am going to be using that. And here's the powder. So I'm just going to take some with this brush, sweep the brush in here. I'm just going to brush this. I can absolutely see the smoothing effects of this powder without applying a lot. So a little bit definitely goes a long way. But as you guys can see, I think this side looks a lot smoother than the side that isn't set with powder. And it definitely gives you a blurred effect. This color does have that warming effect on the skin. However, I will say that it kind of changes the color of my foundation and it does give me more warmth. And it takes away a little bit of my goldenness. As you guys can see, this side is a little bit more golden and this side is a little bit warmer, a little bit peachier. So on the other side, I want to set with powders that I typically use just to see the difference. So under my eye on the other side, I'm going to sweep a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent powder. All over, I'm going to set my foundation using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. So can you all see the difference in either side? I can. I feel like this side has a little bit more sparkle to it. I feel like the Marc Jacobs side added a little bit more coverage. It looks like my skin is velvet, but yet it looks more makeup-y to me than this side. But I think that both sides look really good. But I think this side looks a lot softer, and I'm enjoying the warmth that it gave. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you guys what everything looks like all together. Alright guys, so I am back with the finishing touches on my face, and you all can see the effect that this powder gives. I think that it looks really pretty. You all can see what it looks like in comparison to my typical powder routine that I do. I think that it looks really nice, very soft, and it does have that blurring element to it, and I can see the subtle pearl in it. So overall, I think it looks really good so far. I'm very interested to see how it is going to continue to wear. So I definitely will be doing check-ins for you guys. And since this is a touch-up powder, I will be doing touch-ups as needed on my face with the powder. I will be sure to document it if I do feel the need to, especially since I am combination, so I probably am going to want to do something with the forehead. So I will keep you guys posted about that. As far as the concealer, I still pretty much have the same thoughts when I initially applied and reviewed the concealer. I think the concealer is a little too thick for underneath my eyes. It is a very creamy concealer. I just don't have a color that really matches my complexion 100%, so I can't really use it as a spot concealer. So wearing it underneath my eyes and as a highlight is pretty much the only way that I really like the way that this concealer looks, but I think it looks okay. But I definitely will keep you guys posted about how this wears throughout the day as well in conjunction with the powder. So I will check you guys in a few. Okay, so I've had this on for about 3 hours now, and I wanted to come back and give you guys an update. So I think that both sides of my face still look really good, and I overall think that they're wearing pretty evenly. As far as the concealer though, both sides of the concealer are still creasing underneath the eye. The concealer all over the rest of the face looks pretty good though, but under the eye, I do see some lines underneath there. So I'll check back in a few more hours, so stay tuned. Since this is a touch-up powder, I actually am going to do a quick touch-up and see what it does. As you all can see, I look pretty dewy right now, and dust this all over. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of my regular powder all over this side just to touch up as well. Okay, so after touching up, I will say I think this side looks better. It doesn't look as flat and as matte as my regular powder does. It does give a bit of radiance, and I feel like it works better with worn makeup because it still looks fresh, but yet it doesn't look as glowy. So that bit of pearlescence really is working with the oil that has broken through on my face, so I'm liking it so far. My other side still looks good, but again, it just looks a little bit more matte and it doesn't have that same glowy effect. So I'll check you guys in a few more hours and give you all my final thoughts on these products, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so it is the end of the night and I've had these products on now since about 2 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock currently, so about 9 hours, and I think overall everything looks pretty dang on good. I do think that both sides look good, so I'm not gonna say that one outweighs the other. However, I am impressed with how this powder wore throughout the day because it gave a really pretty glow, and it looks even with the other side, which was more matte in the beginning. So I'm not mad at it. Overall, I feel like this powder did a really good job at setting my makeup, and I think that it looks really pretty, and I like the effect of it, and I actually really like the powder as a touch-up powder, and I think that's what I'm going to use this powder for, and just keep it in my purse, because this right here, that's everything. I love something that's convenient. But if you guys end up getting this powder, just remember to wash this because this can get dirty as well. And if the brush gets dirty and it has oils trapped on it, all it's going to do is create a hard pan over your powder, which is that little oil film on top. And when it does that, you can't pick up the powder anymore. So remember to wash that little brush as you're using this powder. But overall, I think the powder is really cool. But I don't really share the same sentiments for the concealer. I am not a fan of this concealer. I feel like the concealer doesn't really wear well with my skin type. I have combination skin. It creases almost instantly, and on my face I feel like it does an okay job, and it's not something that looks flawless on my skin. So I'm gonna say pass on the concealer, but the powder is a go. If you guys want to see me using this concealer another time, I will have my initial official review using it, links down below. And I have similar thoughts on it, so I'm just not in love with it. It's not bad or anything like that. I definitely can find a use for it for carving out my brows or something like that, but just using it on my face, I really don't feel like I'm going to do that. But let me know your thoughts on these products down below. I look forward to reading you guys' comments, and if you have not already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will check you all in my very next video. Smooches! Bye!